Welcome to The Great Expanse by John Bap 426. And if this is your first time seeing this channel, if this is your second or third or fourth or whatever the number is, and you haven't subscribed, please do me the honor, please do me the service of subscribing. It costs you 0 dimes, and it costs you not as much time. But again, I want you to subscribe to this channel because you appreciate the content. You like what I'm trying to do here, and it's all comic book related. Now you might say, well, why are you doing teaser trailers? Because they're based on comic books. Why'd you do a Prey trailer reaction? Because Dark Horse Comics put out one of the first Predator comic books. So it's kind of in the vein of comics. See? Thank you so much. But please subscribe to the channel. Hit that bell for notifications. All. And if you're wondering if there's an effect on my voice, it's not a vocal effect. It's a sore throat effect. I've been talking funny the last couple of days and just a lot of fluid coughing. You know, that real annoying cough. It was like you're trying to get something out. A lot of messy sneezes. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to give you guys my medical history. HIPAA. Please don't sue anybody that heard that. I mean, it's public. All right, anyway. But this bit of news is regarding The Flash. Dun, dun, dun. Ezra Miller's The Flash sets record test scores for a DCEU film. And if you've made yourself familiar with test scores for previous DCEU films, it's probably not much of a record. Because all DC films seem to score poorly. People still wind up liking them, but they, for some reason, just always have scored poorly. A source deep inside Warner Brothers is telling me that staff are quite perplexed by the way things have been going ever since new CEO David Zaslav was hired. So I'm gonna stop right there. This article might be all cap. C-A-P. Might be all cap, but let's read it anyway. If you remember, in July, it was reported that he had rejected the pitch for a new Clint Eastwood movie, David Zaslav, that's what they're referring to. Eastwood has been a mainstay at Warner's for more than 50 years. On the superhero front, I'm being told Zaslav is not happy with what he's seen of Aquaman 2, currently in post-production, but not to the point of shelving it like he did with Batgirl. I did a video about that, shelving Batgirl. You should see it. Go to The Great Expanse at you get the idea. Meanwhile, Zaslav and company have had Ezra Miller, aka The Flash. Alright, I don't want to read these next lines because it's making fun of Ezra Miller at his expense, and that's not what we do on this channel. But that movie is staying put. Zaslav is actually a big fan of The Flash. That's why there will likely be no more delays in regards to that movie. It's very much a 2023 release, June 23rd of 2023, despite its budget having supposedly skyrocketed to close to $300 million. That's a whole extra $100 million. Directed by Andres Muschietti, The Flash is said to be one of the better DCEU movies. In a recent 8/11/22 test screening of the film only enhanced Zaslav's confidence in the finished product. I'm told The Flash earned the highest test score ratings in DCEU history. So this is a secondhand hearsay article. Miller is said to be perfect in the role. Ezra Miller was perfect in Zack Snyder's Justice League. And not Joss Whedon's, where I just run around and push people. Dostoevsky. The film is also Michael Keaton's grand return as Batman, and he is said to play a very important role in the plot, appearing in more than half of the film's 140 minutes. That's 2 hours and 20 minutes. Along the way, there are cameos from Ben Affleck, Gal Gadot, and Jason Momoa. That's Batman, Wonder Woman, and Aquaman. There is also a CGI'd version of Christopher Reeve as Superman. Interesting. How does Reeve show up exactly? A big chunk of the plot has to do with Flash's desire to change his past and bring back his mom with a space-time continuum. This has the Flash starting to see DC heroes from the past like Reeves, Adam West, Helen Slater, and Linda Carter. I am not familiar with who Helen Slater is. I'm going to look her up as soon as I finish this. And I definitely know who Adam West is. And Linda Carter, I can't spin because I'm in a swivel chair, so maybe I'll just put in an effect. I'm sorry. Humorous, thrilling, and emotional is what one person told me about The Flash. And that's all the article. I just think it's an interesting read. Obviously, that's not coming from an authoritarian. It's obviously just an insider. Let's see who wrote that article. Maybe I should have checked the source first. Jordan Ruimi and World of Real, your place for alternative movie news. So this is what I'm going to do right now. I'm going to do a little bit of diligence, which I should have done beforehand, and I'm doing it now, to see if there's any way to corroborate what has been said along these lines of the Flash testing high. Let's see. The Flash sets test score record. Or sets record test score, excuse me. This one's from Reddit, which anybody can read and just put it on there. Akiban, that sounds suspicious. Flash reportedly. Alright, so this is being repeated. Surprising everyone, test screenings of the Flash have. The Flash movie breaks record. Okay, I'm just reading the headlines of other articles, so maybe they didn't gas me up here. I'm hoping the Flash does very well. I'm hoping the film goes forward. I'm hoping there's a June 23rd, 2023 release, like it's originally scheduled to be, because I want to see the DCEU grow and expand. Just like I want the Great Expanse to expand, I want DC's movies to expand. Because a lot of people have it in their mind that DC is kind of the little brother to Marvel. And I guess movie-wise, they've kind of been the big and little brother, because the Nolan trilogy was fantastic. Batman 1989, fantastic. And it stood alone because there weren't any Marvel movies coming out then of any note. I mean, they had the Fantastic Four movie that never hit the big screen. They had the Punisher and Captain America. Those were all low-budget productions. Marvel didn't get into the groove of where it is now until Iron Man. And that's not to diss Wesley Snipes' Blade trilogy, because that was Marvel's first superhero comic movie. And sorry for my voice doing this during the filming of this, but I'm trying to give it to you guys. Rain, sleet, hail, snow, here I come. But like I said, I want DC properties, as far as movie goes, to be on the same par. You know what I mean? As Marvel's. A lot of people already think it's there. But DC has been just a cluttered mess. They've been a real cluster, you know what. And DC has to get its own DNA together first. Its own genetics. Do you know what I mean when I say that? I mean, the company that produces movies. Like, we don't need any more controversies from the actors. We don't need any people, as far as the executives go, greenlighting garbage. Kind of like Kevin Tsuchihara did with the first Justice League. He just like sped things up just so he could get a bonus. Kevin, shame on you for doing that. But DC's DNA has to get straight. Then we can hire talent. We can have Jason Momoa. We can have Gal Gadot. Please, Henry Cavill, please. And Robert Pattinson as young Batman, Ben Affleck as older Batman, whatever we have to do. Let's get our DNA down first. Let's get a good, productive culture going in Warner Brothers Discovery as far as making these DC movies, okay? Guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it was a little informative. I hope it was a little optimistic as far as The Flash goes. Because again, I want to see these movies prosper, you know? I really want Ezra Miller to get their life back on course. All right, so this is The Great Expanse by John Bat 426. Click, subscribe. Let's make The Great Expanse expand exponentially. Thank you so much, and can't wait to see you for our next video.